Imagine you're telling a story. You want to talk about things that happened in the past. That's where the simple past and past continuous tenses come in handy. These two tenses are essential for talking about past events in English. Mastering them will make your storytelling more vivid and your English more fluent. In this guide, we'll break down these tenses in a simple way. We'll use clear examples and comparisons to help you understand the differences. By the end, you'll be able to use both tenses with confidence. The simple past tense is like a snapshot of the past. It tells us about actions that started and finished in the past. Think of it as a way to describe single completed events. For example, I ate breakfast, she went to the store, or they watched a movie are all in the simple past tense. Notice how these sentences describe actions that are done and over with. The simple past is often used with time expressions like yesterday, last week, 2 days ago, or in 2020. These expressions help us pinpoint when the action happened. Now let's move on to the past continuous tense, a fascinating aspect of English grammar that helps us paint vivid pictures of the past. This tense is like a video camera, capturing actions that were in progress at a specific moment in the past. Imagine you're watching a film, and the camera is rolling, showing continuous action. It shows us what was happening at a specific time. For instance, you might say, I was reading a book at 8 p.m. last night. This gives a clear picture of an ongoing action during that time frame. The past continuous tense is particularly useful when you want to emphasize the duration of an activity or when you want to set the scene in a story. Think of it this way. If the simple past is a single photo capturing a moment in time, the past continuous is a whole film reel showing the flow of events. It's great for setting the scene or describing an action that was interrupted. For example, she was walking in the park when it started to rain. Here, the past continuous sets the scene and the simple past interrupts it. Another example could be, I was eating breakfast when the phone rang. This sentence clearly shows an ongoing action that was interrupted by another event. See how the past continuous, was eating, shows an action that was interrupted by another action in the simple past, rang. This helps to create a more dynamic and engaging narrative, making your storytelling more vivid and detailed. So next time you're narrating a story or describing past events, remember to use the past continuous tense to add depth and detail to your narrative. It's a powerful tool that can make your descriptions come alive. Section 4, Simple Past versus Past Continuous, a clear comparison. In this section, we will delve into the nuances of these two tenses, providing clear examples to highlight their differences and uses in everyday language. Let's see these two tenses side by side to really understand the difference. By comparing them directly, we can see how each tense functions in different contexts. Simple past. I walked to the park. This tense is used to describe actions that have been completed in the past. It gives a sense of finality and completion. This represents a completed action. When we use the simple past, we are indicating that the action is finished and done with. Past continuous. I was walking to the park when I saw my friend. This tense is used to describe an action that was ongoing in the past and was interrupted by another action. Here, the action in progress is interrupted by another action. The past continuous gives a sense of an ongoing activity that is suddenly halted by a new event. Notice how the simple past describes a finished action, something that has been completed and is no longer happening, while the past continuous shows an action that was happening when something else occurred. Here's another example. This helps to illustrate the difference between a completed action and an ongoing one. Simple past. She studied English last night. Again, a completed action. This tells us that her studying is finished and took place at a specific time in the past. Past continuous. She was studying English when the power went up. This indicates that her studying was interrupted by the power outage. This shows an action that was interrupted. The past continuous helps to set the scene and provide context for the interruption, making it clear that the action was ongoing when the new event occurred. Section 5. Using time expressions for clarity. In this section, we will explore how time expressions can enhance our understanding of when events occur, making our communication clearer and more precise. Time expressions are like signposts. They help us understand when things happened in the past, present, or future. They guide us through the timeline of events, ensuring we don't get lost in the narrative. Certain time expressions are often used with specific tenses. For example, the simple past tense is frequently accompanied by expressions that pinpoint a specific time in the past. With the simple past, we use expressions like yesterday. This helps to indicate that the action took place at a specific point in the past. Last week, last month, last year. These expressions help to specify the exact time frame in which the action occurred, providing a clear context. 2 days ago, 2 weeks ago, 2 years ago. These phrases indicate a certain number of days, weeks, or years before the present moment. In 2023, this morning, these expressions help to anchor the action in a specific time period. With the past continuous, we commonly see expressions that describe actions happening over a period of time, while as when. These words are used to describe actions that were ongoing at a specific moment in the past. At 8 o'clock last night, this time yesterday. These expressions provide a precise time reference, making it clear when the action was taking place. These expressions provide context and make it clear which tense is being used. By using time expressions effectively, we can ensure our communication is both accurate and easy to understand, helping our audience follow the timeline of events effortlessly. Section 6. Putting it all together, practice makes perfect. The best way to master these tenses is to practice. Here are some ideas. Think about your day. Describe your activities using both the simple, past and past continuous. For example, I was eating lunch when my friend texted me. Write a short paragraph. Tell a simple story about something that happened in the past using both tenses. Talk to a friend. Practice using these tenses in conversation. The more you use these tenses, the more natural they will become. Section 7. Conclusion: mastering the past. Understanding the simple past and past continuous tenses is a big step in your English learning journey. These tenses allow you to talk about your experiences, tell stories, and understand others more clearly. Remember, practice is key. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. That's how we learn. With time and effort, you'll be using these tenses like a pro. Keep up the great work.